Hey everybody, this is John Franklin Reviewer, and I'm back doing my Nightmare on Elm Street series. Almost done with this here. I'm actually on Freddy vs. Jason right now. So I just want to kind of give a heads up that there will be spoilers throughout this one here. And possibly this could even be a longer video than the other ones. Okay, so Freddy vs. Jason. What exactly is this film about? About Freddy Krueger, that nobody in Elm Street is afraid of him anymore because they completely forgot about him. So he actually has to search the bowels of hell to find someone. And who does he find? Jason Voorhees, to go back and scare the crap out of these kids so he can get his power. It'll be one of those things, as he says, is he'll get the blood, I'll get the glory. So this time around I'm going to switch it, and I'm going to do the dislikes first here because there's not really that many. So what is it that I dislike about this movie here? Well, we're going to start with a character named Freebird, who is such a ripoff of Jay from the Kevin Smith movies there, that even his acting is pretty much exactly the same. So I can't even give him a pass even on his acting, honestly. So it's just one of those things where he does get a very gruesome death, honestly, and Jason slices him right in half there, which I thought was really cool there. There's another character named Will, who, it's funny, because I know this movie's like 18 years old, and I used to think he was actually a pretty good actor, but I gotta be honest with you here, looking back after all this time, this guy's not believable one bit, honestly. I feel like he tries, and he fails in my mind, honestly. So it's like anytime this guy opens up his mouth, I'm more bored with it than anything, truthfully, now, than I was years ago. So another character I was very disappointed in, that he did eventually have to die, yes, was this rookie cop who actually gets electrocuted by Jason, because Jason's getting electrocuted, and the guy tries to run past Jason to escape him. Jason grabs him, I think, by the shirt and electrocutes him there. So I was a bit disappointed with him, because I like that rookie cop. Wasn't expecting him to live, but I don't know. I mean, he had a cold death, but I don't know. I was just still very disappointed. This movie is definitely not scary at all. It's definitely more action, I would say. I don't even think any like young kids today would ever think this is scary here. The only problem I really have with Freddy, and I know this is not really his fault, it's a script, unfortunately, where he only gets one death. He gets one death of a character named Mark, which is actually Will's friend in the institution that they're in there. Freddy comes back as his brother, who we don't even know anything about his brother, comes back in this bloody tub and says about, I want you to send a message for me. And it's like, and he's like, no, I won't do it. I won't do it there. But the thing was that, like I said, just the one death, that's all he really gets. And, Jason gets the rest of it there. And then the final thing has got to be Jason himself. I understand that they didn't go with Ken Halder, and there's like, I don't know, there's like 15 different stories why they decided not to get him, and some people wanted him, some people didn't. But who they did actually get, again, just like Will, I thought, he was pretty good back 18 years ago, but now I look back and I'm like, I get he's a zombie, but he walks like Frankenstein's monster. He walks really slow, and it's just like, Ken Halder never did that. Nah, I'm not really too thrilled with, with you there, so what can I say? Now on to the likes here. So what is it I really like about this film here? Well, first thing we're going to talk about is Freddy Krueger, once again played by Robert Englund. This is the last time that he plays this character here. Like I said, bittersweet. Still does a good job. Definitely love the makeup on him there. Even though I don't think it's a scary movie, he still has that creepy look like he's supposed to. I think this looks a lot better than some of his previous movies. I definitely like his one kill. I wish he had more, but I definitely like his one kill there. Definitely he's still funny when he needs to be. Once again, like I say, he hits us out of the park. Love everything about Freddy Krueger here. Last time before they go into a different actor and the remake and all that there. Other characters that I did like was Laurie. I did like her, even though I think she was pretty cliche, kind of the whole Scream still there, the whole thing where she loses her mother and she's living with her father and all that, and she starts unraveling things that might be something bad about her father or not, about he might have been the one that actually killed her mother instead of it being a car accident. And it turns out that no, he was trying to protect her. And it turned out it was Freddy who killed her, Now, a lot of people do kind of give her a little bit of crap here, but Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, I like her. She's a great singer. I liked her from that group there. I think she does a decent job in this, to put her in the positives. I definitely feel like I like her better than other people. I don't think she's like a great actress and all that, because yeah, she's a singer, but I think that she still holds her own in this movie, especially where later on, like towards going into Act 3, where she insults Freddy at one point and talk about, what kind of freak in a Christmas sweater and little knives, killing people. Freddy just doesn't know really what to say, kind of thing there. But she starts talking about Jason, about his big old machete and all that there, and Freddy kind of taps his little finger there, and it's just like she turns around and there goes Jason and takes her out, and she just like, she goes, I don't know how far she really goes, but she smacks into a tree and all that, and yeah, that was a pretty cool death there. So really messed up, but really cool there too. So, hey, you're a victim in the way. He wants to go after Freddy too. So that's what you had to do, push her out of the way there. The other characters, like I said, Mark was actually pretty good as Will's friend. He did a lot better than Will, honestly. I felt like he was more commanding the screen. Going to the deaths. There were some really cool deaths, as I mentioned, with Kelly Rowland was one and all that there. One of my favorites, I think a lot of people's favorite, is the whole thing where they're having a party in the cornfield there, and there's this big fat guy who assaults Jason. It's him and another guy. The skinny guy gets his head pretty much twisted around and just pushed down, and the other guy throws water on him and all that and burns him up and all that. Technically, I guess it was alcohol. And he's running through the cornfield, and Jason, slowly walks, pulls out his machete, and throws it at the guy there, and blood spits out of his mouth. The very first death was really, really cool there, where Jason's actually in Freddy's dream and all that there. And the thing is that they show this woman, running, after she starts taking a little skinny dip in the water there, she's actually running into the woods and all that there, and thinking that she escaped Jason, and one of those things where you run so far you stop, and then all of a sudden you turn around and there he is, and he just machete right through her body, right into the tree. There were a lot of really cool ones there too. Now let's get into the two fights. Those are the main ones I really wanted to talk about here. First off, this is bloody as hell, especially more the second fight anyways, but the first fight is where they're actually in Freddy's dream, in his nightmare. And I kind of like how it starts off there, where Freddy is like, what, let's put this, bad dog to sleep and all that. And he comes on down and jumps down and tries to jump on Jason there, and gets both of his arms like chopped off there, which was really funny, but comes out of nowhere, arms come back, and I really liked that. I thought that was really funny there. Jason had no idea what was going on, but honestly, Freddy was able to pretty much mess up Jason. It was almost like Jason was a pinball machine ball there that I thought was really cool, and Freddy's just taking him out left and right there, and stabs him with his own machete at one point there. I thought that was really cool. The whole, ready for your thoughts, Chief, and lines like that were really cool there. And honestly, that first fight was actually my favorite between the two there, probably because Freddy was winning, and yeah, I wanted Freddy to win. He's such a smart character, but then you got Jason as the unstoppable machine there, so that's kind of tough on that there too. But the second fight, where they're actually in the real world, where Laurie had to go in, pretty much go help out Jason if possible there, and I did like what they do show Jason as a young kid and him being teased and all that, and kids pushing him in the lake and all that, and he drowns there. When Laurie does pull Freddy out in the real world and all that there, and they get into a fight. At first, Freddy's afraid. You can tell that he's really afraid, like, oh shit, kind of thing there. But he does do very well, taking on Jason, honestly. I thought that was a really good fight. And really where it starts getting really bloody is maybe the last, 10 minutes of the film or something like that, where they're on a dock, and at one point, Freddy actually chops off Jason's fingers, and I liked how, Jason just kind of looks at his fingers like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be fine, don't worry, give me a few minutes, they'll grow right back, kind of thing there, I like that there, too. But, I mean, the thing was that Freddy was actually having Jason down on the ground. Jason's crawling, and he's chopping at his back and all that there. I thought it was really cool. It turns Jason around, puts his claws into his mask and all that, and blood spitting out everywhere. I mean, trust me, this had to have been maybe one of the last times that I could be honest that you've seen a really bloody good movie on the big screen, it seems like here. Even Jason at one point there, blind and all that, actually is able to rip off Freddy's arm with the claw and all that, put his fist right into Freddy's stomach and all of that. I thought that was really cool there too. They both get blown into the lake because of Laurie and Will like catching everything with gasoline and fire, and they get blown away. I do like where Freddy comes back and has Jason's machete and is about to take him out there, and then what does Jason do? He uses the arm that he ripped off with, Freddy's glove and all that, right through from his back to his stomach there. Oh, and then Laurie's able to take the machete off of Freddy and just chop off his head there. Yes, this was a really, really good film. At least those fight scenes were really good. And the story was really good. The script was pretty good there. It was directed very well, which was directed by Ronnie Yu, who also directed Bride of Chucky. Really, really just enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This was just a fun movie overall, and definitely kind of like the way it ended there, where Jason comes out of the lake and he's holding Freddy's head, and Freddy, winks at the camera. So we don't even know if that's real. The whole thing could have been a dream. Tough to say there, So, but this was really fun. My rating for this will definitely be 3 out of 4 stars here. It's a really good movie. I will definitely be curious for you guys about Freddy vs. Jason. What do you think about the movie? Give me a comment down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? So thank you guys so much for watching a movie review here. And as always, stay awesome.